The excitement and spiritual buzz was already pretty heady at 35,000 feet as my colleague and I headed to a speaking engagement in Pretoria, South Africa. As the keynote speaker and longtime activist, she was going to be addressing a newly formed international umbrella consortium of passionate animal rights organizations from 130 different countries. As she emerged from the ladies' room, the airline's captain came strolling down the aisle to introduce herself to the passengers and welcome them aboard. Well, the captain was none other than my colleague's dearest roommate in college. She had always been fond of flying and had decided to take it to the next level, even going so far as to change her legal name from Coretta to Buzzy. She was now Captain Buzzy. I was tickled to my toes to enjoy and witness the sparks of a sacred sisterhood reignite a bond of unimaginable proportions. The captain personally invited us to join her in the cabin in order to catch up on old times. Flight protocol and terrorism be damned, since cats and mice and insects aren't on any no-fly lists. Besides, the two undercover air marshals on this flight were hand-fed pit bulls and didn't recognize the Constitution out of convenience. As a pilot, she had acquired the ability to move about in the world freely, something most Americans resist exercising to their detriment. United States denizens have some of the greatest travel freedom in the world, being able to travel to 173 countries visa-free with only a U.S. passport in hand. It takes approximately 6 weeks to apply for and receive a passport. If you live and work outside of the U.S., the foreign earned income exclusion allows U.S. citizens to exclude a certain amount of their earned income from any U.S. income tax, whether you believe the whole income tax system is a fraud or not. For tax year 2014, this exclusion was $99,200 per person, including, for example, those having online businesses, telecommuters, or Social Security recipients. Despite many of the drawbacks and outright dangers of communications technology, we now have the ability to live our lives as we see fit in almost any nook and cranny on the globe, and often at a cost that's a small fraction of what it takes to survive in the United States. Buzzy told us that shortly after graduating, she met a wonderful bodybuilder at the gym named Buddy. Buddy was a hunk. He was a buff bumblebee and skilled in the flying arts. They married 2 years later in an eco-friendly honey of a ceremony with large numbers of both families present, and unity was their theme song. Neither Buzzy, Buddy, nor their families were fans or pawns of the pervasive divide-and-conquer moves constantly going on around them, so the world was their home, and its people were their family, and the artificially manipulated fault lines of gender, class, race, religion, nationality, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species simply did not apply. This mixed marriage of sorts proved to be uniquely beneficial, as Buddy had been able to expand her flight maneuver skills exponentially through Buddy's help, and airlines found this knowledge highly valuable. It gave them a distinct competitive advantage when marketing their flight safety record within the travel industry. Customers flocked to get on board, and profits rose dramatically. Buzzy told us that she had found love and joy everywhere she traveled, because that is what she looked for. Her world was love and joy, not hate and fear. She celebrated diversity, lived her dreams, and remained ever mindful of her life purpose. She and Buddy understood what they truly were. They were infinite consciousness beyond mine, as are you, and they stopped cooperating with the system. They were not what they saw in the mirror. The silhouette of my colleague and Buzzy, holding hands, kissing and hugging goodbye at the terminal gates, is forever burned in my soul.